Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings, Los Angeles. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, July 27th. You'll be interested to know, 73 years ago, today, in 1953, armistice agreements halted active hostilities on the Korean peninsula, bringing a hard-won pause and allowing prisoners to be exchanged and front lines to stabilize. This armistice established a ceasefire line and demilitarized zone that created space for humanitarian relief, set a framework for diplomacy, and marked a milestone in achieving an uneasy peace. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Monday at Venice Beach. This morning it's looking clean with waves around 3 to 5 feet. Conditions will remain fair as the day progresses, with waves holding steady at 4 to 6 feet. Winds will shift onshore, starting at 2 miles per hour and increasing to 8 miles per hour by afternoon. Best time to ride is at 6 a.m., with the 1 foot incoming low tide, when the southwest swell is 2 feet at 18 seconds, and the offshore wind is 2 miles per hour. The first high tide on Monday will be 3.5 feet, just before 10 a.m., followed by a 2.5 foot low tide just before 2:30. The nearshore buoy at Santa Monica Pier reads 73 degrees for the water temperature. Conditions remain clean with waves at 3 to 4 plus feet on Tuesday, making for a great start to the period. Wednesday sees similar size, but with choppy conditions developing later in the day. By Thursday, waves drop slightly to 3 to 5 feet, with fair conditions prevailing, though choppy conditions may return in the afternoon. This morning, there's patchy fog, and it feels like 69 degrees, with 5 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:58, and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:02. Looking ahead in the weather. Saturday will be mostly sunny with highs near 64 and a northeast breeze up to Skip. Sunday and Monday warm up with Sunday near 68 and Monday near 72, staying partly to mostly sunny with lows in the upper 40s to mid-50s. A slight chance of rain returns Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night with highs near 71 and overnight lows around 57. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, Lineage Logistics announced yesterday that it has removed nearly half of the food waste from its burned cold storage warehouse in Boyle Heights. The waste, which has been sealed in deodorized containers, is being transported off-site. Lineage estimates that the demolition and cleanup of the remaining structure should be largely completed in the coming days. Before the fire that began on June 17th, the warehouse stored approximately 44,000 tons of food. To speed up the cleaning, the company has started removing the wall separating burned and unburned sections and will install plastic sheeting to help manage odors. Lineage is working to meet a 45-day deadline set by L.A. Mayor Karen Bass. Now on to sports. Marlins dropped their 12th straight game, creating franchise history as they eye the upcoming trade deadline. The struggling Miami Marlins, who recently held playoff hopes after a 20-6 record in June, have sharply declined in July. This losing streak marks the longest in Major League Baseball this season, matching the New York Mets. Marlins manager Clayton McCullough stated, "We're going to meet this head-on," adding that the team must take responsibility for their situation. They recently fell to 52-54, trailing the Atlanta Braves by 10.5 games. As they prepare for a series against the Philadelphia Phillies, trade rumors swirl around pitchers Max Meyer, Yuri Perez, and catcher Liam Hicks. In local sports, the Dodgers took it on the chin yesterday in New York, dropping Game 3 to the Mets 8-3 at Citi Field. Evan Phillips took the loss in relief after Emmett Sheehan's solid 5-inning start, and despite Freddie Freeman and the lineup putting together some hits, it wasn't enough. LA still leads the series 2-1 though, so it's not a disaster. Now they're back home tomorrow night at Dodger Stadium to face the Mariners. Eric Lauer goes against Seattle's Luis Castillo in what should be a serious pitching matchup. The Dodgers are 4-1 in their last 5, so they're hungry to bounce back in front of the home crowd. First pitch at 7:10. Meanwhile, the Chargers open training camp tomorrow, but there's a contract situation simmering behind the scenes. Tuli Tuipulotu, last year's breakout pass rusher with 13 sacks and a Pro Bowl nod, still doesn't have his extension locked down. The 23-year-old's looking at north of $18 million annually when he hits free agency, which could turn into a distraction if it lingers. Tuipulotu's staying focused on the team right now, leaving the negotiations to his agent. Getting a deal done before camp kicks off would be huge for everyone involved. In top news, Colorado River reservoirs have reached record lows as the Trump administration threatens major cuts. A worsening water crisis in the western United States has stalled progress, leaving potential solutions dwindling. Lake Mead and Lake Powell, the nation's 2 largest reservoirs, are at their lowest levels on record. 7 states are in disagreement over how to share the rapidly shrinking water supply. Kelly Shannon McNeil of LA Waterkeeper stated that lower basin states have reduced their usage by nearly 20% since 2015. In contrast, upper basin states have increased their usage, citing affordability issues. The Trump administration may impose sweeping cuts after years of failed negotiations. California, Arizona, and Nevada have proposed reducing their usage by about 1,600,000 acre-feet per year. However, federal officials are considering cuts nearly double that amount. Such cuts would likely increase costs for cities, impose tighter restrictions on outdoor water, and significantly impact farmers. McNeil urged residents to contact their elected representatives to push for agreements. A warming climate has resulted in diminished snowpack and less snowmelt for the river each spring. If water levels in Lake Powell drop another 33 feet, hydroelectric power generation will cease. With both reservoirs below 30% capacity, timely decisions are crucial for residents. In business news, Moody's Ratings warns that unprecedented artificial intelligence spending is threatening the credit quality of major companies like Amazon, Meta, and Alphabet. The research note highlights that this spending surge is forcing even cash-rich corporations to rely heavily on debt and stock sales to fund their artificial intelligence initiatives. Moody's states that the transition to asset-heavy models necessitates unprecedented levels of investment in capital raising. Capital expenditures are projected to reach $785 billion in 2026, nearing $1 trillion next year. Despite these risks, companies like Microsoft and Alphabet maintain some of the strongest corporate balance sheets globally. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 5% to about $64,000. Ethereum is down 5% to just under $1,900. And XRP is down 23% to $1.10. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, With several locations in the San Diego area, Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Are brainwaves the next unlock for physical artificial intelligence? The frontier of physical artificial intelligence unfolds in a warehouse in San Leandro, California. This space houses Ncord, a company developing data tools for training artificial intelligence models. Andrusija, a pilot for the company, is meticulously disassembling a tower while wearing a headset that tracks his brain waves. Ncord aims to create a brain wave tag data set to enhance robotic training performance. Lucas Girk, a supervising neuroscientist, notes that brain activity can guide model builders on when to use high-effort models. Vineet Velmurugan, Ncord's head of robot learning, emphasizes the importance of generating the necessary training data. And in entertainment news, Netflix is set to debut a new 6-part British crime miniseries titled The Bombing of Pan Am 103 on July 30th. This gripping series recounts the devastating events surrounding the December 21st, 1988 terrorist attack that killed 269 people. Based on testimonies from witnesses, it explores the profound impact on families and a small town caught in the tragedy. Co-created by Jonathan Lee and Adam Moraine Griffiths, the series features actors such as Connor Swindells and Patrick J. Adams. Stay tuned to Collider for more updates on this highly anticipated release. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American historian and author, Will Durant. And he said, "Civilization is not inherited. It has to be learned and earned by each generation anew. If the transmission should be interrupted for 1 century, civilization would die, and we should be savages again." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings, Los Angeles.